Among the many stones lying in my workshop, sometimes one suddenly catches my eye. Today it's a flat, calm stone, as if it had been waiting for me to notice it. I pick it up, study its shape, its lines, its roughness, and already in my mind, an image of the future sculpture begins to form. I place the stone on the table and gently dry it with a hairdryer. This way, its natural texture becomes clearer. It always hints at what the stone wants to become. I take a pencil. This moment is always special. The very first line turns an ordinary stone into the start of an art piece. I sketch, contour after contour. Handcraft begins long before the tools. It starts here, in the mind and with the pencil. And slowly, the image appears right on the stone. Today, it's a sheep, warm and soft in spirit, yet born from hard stone that has waited millions of years. I fix the drawing with a marker. Now the form is set, and the sculpture's path is defined. And you, what would you draw on a stone? What image comes to your mind first? Once the sheep's outline is on the stone, the next stage begins, the one that always puts me in a special state. It's the moment to focus completely, to feel the material, to tune my hands and attention. I put on a respirator, safety glasses, headphones, and with them, I put on a different state of mind. Everything around slows down. You enter the craft as if diving into water. Outside there's noise, inside only concentration and dialogue with the stone. In my hands, an angle grinder with a 125mm diamond blade. I've worked with this blade for years. It's small, but it gives such strength and precision that every serious stone carving begins with it. The first cut is like the first step. You slice into the stone's fabric and immediately feel what's inside. Dense and heavy, or ringing and brittle, or soft, cutting like warm butter. Each time it's different. I deepen the line, carefully guiding the blade along the contour. The stone vibrates. Sparks fly as it sheds its excess, and that unmistakable smell of hot mineral fills the air. I shape it, remove what doesn't belong. Every movement is a choice. 1 millimeter to the right, one sheep. 1 millimeter to the left, a completely different one. Sometimes the stone needs not just cutting, but persuading. I take a hammer and gently chip away small fragments that the blade won't remove. This is the oldest technique. It's how masters worked thousands of years ago, with only hammer, chisel, and patience. Then back to the grinder. Cut again, deepen again, adjust again. Dozens of times. Stone does not tolerate haste. Cut, chip, line after line, gradually removing everything that hides the form, as if freeing a small creature that has always lived inside the stone. Sometimes the blade moves easily, as if the stone itself guides your hand. Other times it resists, pushes back, and then you must slow down, stop, change the angle, change the approach. Craft is about knowing when to press forward and when to step back. Volumes begin to appear. Contours grow sharper, depths clearer, transitions softer. I change the cutting angle, smooth the surface, remove tiny burrs. The diamond blade polishes the edges, reveals the structure, makes the stone shine even under layers of dust. And friends, where are you watching this video from? I'm always curious where my work travels. Is this gaze coming from Germany, Poland, America, Italy, Spain? Write in the comments. It truly inspires me to keep going. And tell me, what would you make from natural stone if it ended up in your hands? What figure? What object? What image comes to your mind first? And when it feels like the form is emerging, I take the compressor. A strong blast of air sweeps away the stone dust, and suddenly the real result is visible. That moment is always inspiring. When after long, rough work, a clean, expressive line suddenly appears, almost alive. It's a long process, hour after hour, movement after movement. But that's the magic of craft. From a piece of natural stone that lay in the earth for millions of years, you create a figure that can sit on a table, be touched, kept by children, passed down through generations. After the rough carving comes the most delicate, almost jewelry-like stage. Now I take a rotary tool with a diamond bit. This tool lets me work with stone as delicately as a painter works with a brush. I begin shaping the ram's face, carefully outlining the contour, bringing out the horn, grinding away excess, rounding edges, softening transitions. Every movement is measured in millimeters. Here, there's no rushing. The diamond bit glides smoothly into the stone, and under its touch, the surface feels alive, almost warm. I smooth corners, level irregularities. It's like polishing a thought, removing everything unnecessary until only the form remains, only the essence. Then I move to the body. I start creating the wool. With gentle pressure, pressing the bit into the stone, I carve grooves, imitating the ram's fleece. Each groove adds texture, volume, motion. The stone begins to fluff, and the figure gains character. One side is done. I turn the stone and repeat on the other. The key is to keep symmetry without losing naturalness. Wool is never perfect, and the stone helps. It tells you where to go deeper and where to leave a soft transition. Again, I smooth corners, clean sharp edges, clear the surface. By touch, the stone already feels different. No longer just a blank, but a small creature you can hold in your palm. Now I take a small diamond disc for the rotary tool. It's for sharper, more expressive lines. I carve the horns, marking the spirals, emphasizing character. Shape the nostrils, deepen details, trim excess, clean the top, give the final form. At this stage, it's all about sensing where the stone is ready for a line and where you must stop. You work by sound, by vibration, by feel in your fingers. That's the essence of craft. Understanding the material without words. Step by step, the stone turns into an image. What was once just mineral, buried for tens of millions of years, becomes a figure that will live in someone's home. Friends, tell me, is this craft closer to you in the process or in the result? Do you enjoy watching the journey, or is the finished piece what matters most? When the form is fully ready, the most magical moment arrives. A moment I never tire of waiting for. I take special liquid glass and a soft sponge. This stage is not about cutting, not about strength, not about precision. It's about respect for the stone. It reveals what nature hid for millions of years. With gentle strokes, I coat the surface. The sponge glides across the stone, and instantly, everything changes. Colors deepen, veins brighten, structure grows richer. It's as if the stone takes a deep breath and finally shows its true character. The ram figure comes alive. It becomes warm, expressive, gains a depth that plain stone could never show. I cover it completely, watching the shine settle on the horns, the shadows fill the wool grooves, the form gather into a whole image. And then, it's done. The work is complete. The finished ram now stands in the interior, and it feels like it has always belonged there. A stone that once lay in a pile, waiting for its time, has turned into a warm, cozy art object. Friends, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. It truly means a lot to me. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and leave a comment. I always read everything you write. It gives me huge support and helps me feel I'm on the right path. I have many more ideas, and I'll be showing them in future videos. Subscribe so you don't miss new works made from natural stone. Thank you.